I hope you guys can help me. I don't run.
Of course we can help them. We can help everybody, Katie.
I don't run, but I do watch your podcast and I really enjoy it. Here's my situation.
Here's my first bit of advice. Get moving, get running.
Get walking.
Yeah, at least walking. We will walk with Millionaires. 3 years ago, if he said, hey, we're doing great as a retail store, would we not have told him, well, save your money because it's not going to last?
Yeah.
And the girls are on Shein. So maybe these new Chinese e-com sites are taking a bite out of used clothing because they're so cheap, right?
Right.
You got to have a really good e-com strategy. And e-com, do you know more than 50 cents on every dollar spent on e-commerce in the United States is Amazon.com?
I own a curated secondhand vintage clothing store in Texas. Our business has been down almost 50% compared to the last 2 years, and not much has changed in terms of us. We're still active on social media, still marketing and advertising, and still having sales, but for some reason, people aren't buying as much as they were in the last 2 years. It feels like there's less foot traffic in our town, and when people do come in, there isn't as much buying. I've talked to a few other small business owners, and they've all said that business has been really down slow for them. And I'm curious if other people in other parts of the U.S. are experiencing the same thing.
So why do we not know what town in Texas it is? Because the person with this vintage clothing store doesn't want to be identified, which is totally fair. But throw us a bone. Tell us what kind of town it is.
Yeah.
Like, is it an oil town? Is it a college town? What's happening macro in that town that's causing maybe a change in the economy, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like, is there a new...
are we a town of Dallas, or are we a million people plus? Or we got... town of 15,000, right?
Yeah. Are you sitting in a dying mall and an anchor just closed?
Yeah.
Walmart just opened up next to you? Like, there's so much macro that could be at play here.
Sure.
Never mind the overall headwind against retail. Like 3 years ago, if he said, hey, we're doing great as a retail store, would we not have told him, well, save your money because it's not going to last?
Yeah. The 15-year headwind of Amazon's and online shopping is here, right? So
Yeah. Now, vintage clothing, he's not like necessarily head to head with Amazon, but kind of, because Amazon clothes are pretty cheap.
Sure.
You can buy new Amazon clothes. I won't lie to you. I haven't been on Instagram up until recently, and I find myself like, I have to only buy one item a day on Instagram. Now, I don't buy something every day, but like if I just bought something, like a clothing item on Instagram, I'll make myself not buy another item. And the girls are on Shein. So maybe these new Chinese e-com sites are taking a bite out of used clothing because they're so cheap, right?
Right.
So instead of buying a used item, you'll buy something new. And I think I hate to say it, Shein, if it's not pronounced that way. But
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, okay. It's like a discount Chinese Amazon knockoff kind of. But it's huge on teenagers. They love it.
Yeah.
Here's one that I can't help with because you and I, we just hate retail.
Right.
And you got expenses all day, every day, 7 days a week.
Yeah.
But for a lot of time, your store's closed. You got to have a really good e-com strategy. And e-com, do you know more than 50 cents on every dollar spent on e-commerce in the United States is Amazon.com?
Wow.
So if you're not an Amazon reseller, which is going to keep you from making any money because you're competing against everybody, you're not, Shopify doesn't make a whole lot of millionaires.
Right.
So it's just a tough market. You got to have a really nice lane to run in. Maybe vintage clothes is that.
Yeah.
But truth is, we don't know. If you have advice for this guy, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
So put your advice in the comments below. What's your experience? Especially if you had a retail store, you were struggling, and you figured out a way to turn it around. Here's, we'd love to help this guy.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you watch my content, you probably own a business, and I would love to one-on-one with you. I'd love to talk with you about the things I always talk about. 3 things. What would have to be true to 10x your business? What can be done to make your business easier to run? And what can be done to reduce risk in your business? I'd love to talk about those things with you. If you want to just click, there's in the description below, there should be a link to a Calendly. You can set up a free one-on-one with me. Love to spend some time on the phone with you, just talking through your story. Maybe obviously my ulterior motive is to get you to come onto the podcast, but I don't mind if you don't want to get onto a podcast. I'd love to just have a one-on-one with you if I can give you some help. So if you're a Christian business owner, I mean, any size business, any type of business, I'd love to help you. So go ahead and click the link below, get onto a Calendly so you and I can have a talk. I'd love to help you if I can. I love your help with my business if you have some advice for me. So thanks so much for watching. Thank you for being a part of our community.